I blown herbal essence. You feel me? Keep my thoughts on the bud. You know, talk about God. You know, good things, virtuous, pure, holy. Reflect on the day's events, the current state of affairs. You know, reminisce on the results. It's always good to reminisce on the results. You know, if God rewarded you with revenue, you should always relish and reverence that. You feel me? I like to recall on, remember that height from which you fell from, you know, that height at which you fell from, you know. I like to be back in God's good graces, you know, on his good side, you know. So that requires that I do what pleases him, you know. That I be humble as a dove, as wise as a serpent, you know. Knowing that I'm a sheep amongst wolves. Not only that, but a black sheep, you know. Even in some senses might be a lost sheep. Lost black sheep, you know. But I want to say to those who've been lost in the valleys of darkness, you know, where the shadow of death is, return to your first love. Come back to your first love, you know. Return, prodigal sons and daughters, you know. He have drawn us out. The loving kindness is really jumping out as I paraphrase. He has drawn us out with tender mercies and loving kindness. Yes. With tender mercies and loving kindness. Tender mercy. Loving kindness. I had to take note. When I seen the tender before the mercies and the loving before the kindness. And love is charity. You know, whatever I got that I can afford to give for free, I will. You know, freely I've been given, freely I give. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. You know? So I watch, pray, stay vigilant. Be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, quick to forgive. Judge not lest I be judged, you know. I'd rather go see the eternal judge than to be judged by somebody who couldn't make it an hour in my shoes. They probably just take themselves out. Faced with what I'm faced with and having to deal and go through what I, you know, bear up under. They couldn't take the strain. The burdensomeness. Like that one movie where, you know, they got a couple movies where the rich dudes play poor and the poor dudes play rich. Barnabas, we're back. He let him play in this movie. He like, Barnabas, we're back. He gave him some money. He like, Barnabas, we're back. All kind of movies, man. But I say that to say this, man. Without God, I wouldn't want none of it, man. So, if it ain't coming from God, I don't want it. You feel me? When it's coming from God, it's meant for me. It's mine. I keep it. I won't lose it. You feel me? I got it the right way. A king's throne is established by righteousness. You feel me? It says a lot of other things about righteousness, but sort of like, oh, you got to have on the breastplate of righteousness off top. That's like one of the main things. That's guarding, vital organs. The breastplate of righteousness. The very breastplate, So as you think about the breastplate, as long as you keep it on, you'll have a throne that'll be established by it. If you wear it proudly and, defend it honorably, nobly, dignifiably. I just look like this. When I was a child, I was taught to read the Bible, to read the dictionary. It's words I know that I can't really generate in this season right now just because, I might got to go a level up or whatever a brother might be battling with but when I get that clear train of thought, I'm going to come with them better vibes and rhythms for tribes, and even maybe a little bit of bribes. My kind you can't describe. I appreciate everyone who subscribes. Like the doctor I prescribes. I don't be associating with Pharisees, hypocrites, and scribes. Now I'm about to get in the car with wifey. But I just wanted to wrap y'all with y'all for a minute. The sun going down. It's getting chilly. It's not shining where I'm at. But you and I are. You're a winner. Winners stick together. You want to be a winner? Stick with the winners. Learn to think like a winner. Consider yourself a winner. You are a winner. If you wasn't a winner, you wouldn't be here. You won in a race to begin and start life. Now, why not take it further? You come this far. Just over the hill. Just over the hill, man. Just over the hill. That's all you got to remember. And if it's another hill after that, then just over that hill. Then just over that hill. If it's another hill over that, then just over the other hill. Till you reach your horizon. I did that. I climbed to the Hayward Hills 3 times. One time I brought by myself, one time with my friend Peter, and one time with my friend Peter and Herman. Then Herman started saying he heard his mom calling for him, but it wasn't, probably a mountain lion or something, so we had to go. But You wouldn't think some little kids would do that. Climb way up there. And you wouldn't think that it'd be all possible like that. You'd be like, oh, they need water. Something like that. Adventurous boys, we are. We be. So yeah, that's my spillage for today. That's my lecture, you know. All commandments can be summed up in this one commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. Love knows no greater one than this, and he should lay down his life for his friends. How do I know what love is? Jesus Christ laid down his life for me, and I ought to lay down mine for my brother. Love not only covers a multitude of sin, it covers all sin. Perfect love drives off all fear. Fear got to do with torment. You feel me? So that's how I do our flows, man, our functions. You feel me? I fluctuate. I coast to the current. I cruise. I soar. I mount up on high. I elevate. I ascend. At least in my mind and mentally and spiritually. Physically and later on what happened. I have also financially. But to whom much is given, even much more is required. Only being blessed to be a blessing. There's one who scatters, yet increases. There's one who withhold more than what he's supposed to and lacks. Still lacks, you know. Paraphrasing. Oh, I ain't even opened that up. Well, whichever one I opened up. With the same measure I measured out, it'll be measured unto me. So I get it where I ain't about to tax, charge, or, you know, put no incentives or tariffs or some type of, you know what I'm saying? No, that ain't right. That ain't right. Just like I ain't gonna, you know, put my hand in other baskets. You know, all my eggs is in one. And that's what they'll say. That's very, you know, anatomy. I don't know how to say that word, but I'm gonna try to. Let's learn together. Okay, you got anatomy. Okay, you got anatomy. Well, you know what I mean. If you got one girl, then all your eggs are in one basket. And I plan on only going for her like the Energizer Bunny on Easter. You know I don't believe in that, right? Yeah. But in another way, look, I'm going to break it down to you in street man's form. Because every form of jargon got some type of point to it. Street man, be fruitful and multiply. That's what he's saying, right? So, you know, it's in another words, in another form. They say just be fertile, you know, and prosper, you know. Sow seed, plant, water, prune, chasten, you know, graft in. See, I just look like this. But my girl seems to like me, so I guess I'm all right. I make a lot of friends. Oh, but that's only because I know Jesus. So I mean, like Juan, if you're gonna be accompanying this person and having camaraderie amongst them and things like that, y'all exchanging gifts and customs and traditions, then to break it down in streetwise terms, if we eat together, then we get beat together. I guess that sums up what moms always taught. It never bite the hand that feeds you. So if the hand that feeds you is getting hurt, then you got to roll with the hand that's feeding you. Somebody else that whooped the hand that feeds you probably ain't going to feed you. And the Lord said, feed my sheep, man. Said, Peter, feed my sheep. Said, Peter, do you love me? He asked him that 3 times. I love you, Lord. I wish I had my Bible right now. But I'm on the process of conquering 3 more. This is going to get real deep with the studies with the baby. This baby is going to be brought up in the Word just like me. As soon as his eyes can open, he will be before the Bible. Night and day and night. It'll go hand in hand with his schoolwork. He'll probably be home taught. Or she. Or they. Or them. So yeah. But yeah, see, you just got to break it down in streetwise terms and so. Everything has some type of, message in between the lines, an encrypted code, I know you've seen the Da Vinci Code. Everything has some type of, when artists, when, painters paint, they leave certain insignias, that signify that that's their work, I think also if somebody started practicing their technique, they'll know who all started it, But yeah, like Shakespeare, when he wrote in King James Bibles, he got certain, passages and stuff like that. And all that stuff means something, even the numbers. Now, I got a lot of, studying to show thyself approved, but yeah. I don't like to say it don't matter, because everything matters. An atom, an ion, a proton, a fiber, a nucleus, anything. Especially if I'm not the one that created it. So, I should be watching, mindful, cautious, careful, of the vessel. Like you say, a wise man he's mindful of his livestock, He ain't beating him or letting him fall down or nothing, or not feeding him, or I gave him his proper care. He's really, serving his animals, walking them, like a shepherd, hosing them down, whatever you got to do, putting on his horseshoes or cow shoes, whatever, I'm like, this is my, I say some things and then I have to say some things. I don't know if I know, like I was about to say what Paul said. I don't know if this is for me or I don't know if it's coming in or I heard it from somewhere. But he was like, look, I'm talking about me. I was going to say, if you going to do some business, take care of it, man. Handle it. Be serious. Mean what you're doing. Don't be playing on the clock, man. You know? Oh, hold on. I got to end this.